We are now 5 wide. Presented by Quick Trip's quality gasoline guarantee. It's just another way Quick Trip has you covered.
9 to noon, ready to go. We are 5 wide. Billy Schmid, Johnny Kuhn, Armin Sarian join the fray. Good morning, boys. How we doing?
Morning, boys.
Awesome. Doing
Johnny
awesome.
Kuhn. I like that. I'm going to start using
Friday.
that.
Johnny Kuhn.
Rolling
calls
into
you
a
Johnny?
weekend preseason football.
Can I call you
last
Johnny?
night.
He's
Johnny?
avoiding that with the play, like the play right now. He is avoiding that like the play.
Call me whatever hell you want to call me. I'm fine with it.
Just don't call me late
Steve-O.
for
JK, JK,
Steven,
Cooney. Who calls you Cooney?
Coon Dog, Cooney, and JK
Coon
were
Dog,
probably top
Cooney.
3 things being called during my playing days.
First year at summer camp, there's
All
a guy in there named Johnny, right? First year, Johnny Panosian, great kid from Philadelphia, but we called him Phil the whole 2 weeks. Don't ask me why. Don't know why.
Because you guys didn't take the time to learn his name, is why.
Maybe some didn't.
You guys were
his,
bullies.
I knew his name was Johnny. I wasn't a bully. Maybe some others in the cabin
Johnny
were.
Appleseed.
Good kid though. Good guy.
Listen, how are you going to call him good kid? You were a kid when he was a kid. Now he's a man when you're a man.
Well, we were
Very
both-
fair.
calling him
both
Very
kids.
fair.
We were both good kids. Is that that's a good
Good
point.
kid. Good kid.
All
I'm
right.
talking like I'm his dad.
Billy.
Like
Billy, do you go by Billy only, or is Bill okay? William.
Yeah, as
Okay.
long as it's not William, Willie, anything like that. Billy. I
No
went,
Willie, no William.
No,
Bill
no
or Billy.
Billiam.
Billy preferred.
What's it on the
Bill-
birth certificate? What is the formal resume
Wow.
name?
It
William.
is William. Yes, it is William. Yes.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
but that's William.
Well,
But
that's-
you knew that was going to be
That's
that.
the
No, you didn't.
original. Yeah.
I'm John. I'm not
Every
Jonathan.
Bill is a
Don't
William.
you dare. Okay, you asked one thing. Don't call me Jonathan.
You're
You
not
call me
Jonathan
Good
on your
one.
birth?
Yep.
No,
Hmm.
Jonathan, you're not adding
Didn't
to
know
the
that.
name here. No, you're not adding to it.
Jonathans are a different species than Johns.
Oh, please. enlighten
Usually
me.
J-O-N's, right?
Will you enlighten me?
I think they're
In what
they're
way?
actually separate species, whereas every Bill is a William at its original genus level of the.
I thought I just
Nature
assumed
hierarchy.
most Johns were Jonathans too, but I guess I shouldn't assume that. You know,
Did you know,
should not assume
Armin,
that.
that Jack is a subvariant
For
of
John.
John?
Yeah,
That
my-
Jack and John
my-
are interchangeable. That blew my mind.
my
when I heard
cousin's
it
son
for the
is
first time.
is named John, and they call him Jack.
You never heard that?
Jack Kennedy. You know,
How does that make any
it
sense?
doesn't really, but that's just the way
It
it's meant.
doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jack.
That's the way names work. That's why you got to ask.
isn't
If
Peggy short? for-
Billy's resume name, like Billy, when you leave the microphone and you go into a director's role, you'll then be known as William Schmidt.
See, and that's where I try to go Bill, right? Like I did definitely try to class it up and be more of a professional and just go Bill Schmidt.
Heard you
And then-
heard you answer the phone yesterday. Hello, this is Bill.
Hello, this is Bill.
You didn't know who it was, obviously. You
I had
know?
no idea.
Yeah.
So I've tried to be that way,
Did you
and
pay the
then
bill yet?
I am. I'm just
No,
too
was it
goofy.
collections? I just want to make sure it wasn't collections calling. Hello, this is Bill.
That's exactly who it
Like,
was.
yeah,
That's exactly who it was, Brian. And the good thing of when I answer the phone like that, I can try to confuse some people and see if it's my dad, right? Because that's the exact same way Big Bill answers the phone. Of, hello, this is Bill. So, hello,
Yeah,
this is
wrong
Bill.
Bill.
If I don't know the number, there we go. If you're asking for money, lose this one.
Nice to hear from you, Brian.
Amen.
Yeah.
Who wants to play some name tennis right now? Name
play.
tennis, Billy. Billy Payne. There's mine. Go. Start hitting the ball. Name tennis, Billy.
It's got to be in tennis.
No.
No, any sports name. Just
Word-
name a
Billy
Billy.
Martin.
We're not
Name a
gonna
Billy.
run.
Oh, name a Billy. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm out.
You're out, really?
I don't know.
All right. Who's next?
Bill Nye the Science
Billy
Guy.
Wagner.
That's not a
Billy
sports
Wagner,
guy.
former Astros flamethrower. Could bring it at 100. Billy.
Whose turn is it?
Billy Turner.
Bill Hall.
Five guys?
Bill Hall. Bill Hall.
Billy Turner. Okay. Well, that's a Bill. Bill O'Brien, Bill Belichick. Nobody calls Bill O'Brien or nobody calls Bill Belichick Billy Belichick.
You got to be
Yeah,
the
they've
full
got
It'd be
Billy.
Bill.
hilarious if they did, right?
Tom
Okay.
does call
Billy.
Bill O'Brien Billy, and that would the way he would always say is his way of really getting up under his skin was
Can I go
throwing
with-
in there after a bad call. Billy, come on, let's
Billy-
ditch that one.
Billy Owens.
Can I do Billy the Marlin, the mascot? Can I get a mascot in there?
Yes, that counts.
Billy.
That counts.
Billy Walters.
Billy
Billy-
the Marlin.
Billy Walters. The
Billy Walters.
best
Yes,
sports
Mickelson's
handicapper
gambling
of
buddy.
all time.
Billie Jean King.
Oh, yes.
One of the
Oh,
great
he went,
Billies.
he went there. He
Billy
went
Owen,
there.
Billy Williams. Billy Williams?
Billy Williams.
Armin, you are just
Billy
gold at this
Barule.
stuff.
Billy Barule, the punter. in
What's that, Blitz?
Caddyshack.
You are gold at this, Armin.
I don't know
so,
about-
so many pointless things in sports.
Why are you
and I
buttering
love
me
it.
up? All right, let's do Major
Not
League
buttering you
characters.
up, buttering me up.
Yeah.
He's asking for money. That's why he was trying to lean on that.
More.
All right. Can we talk about the fighting yesterday, boys? I know you're going to discuss this on your show today. And it was, I think you, Billy, who said, well, it's weird that they haven't fought yet because that's all the Patriots do, it seems, year to year in these joint practices.
Well, and especially that's what teams that are not very good try to do, right? And I don't necessarily believe the Patriots are all that good. Like they're going to try to be the physical team that roughs you up and finds ways to get any little advantage you can. And to see them not do that day one, you could tell that for the last 14 hours before they took that field, John, that they had been getting it hammered into their skulls of fellas, you got pushed around here today. Let's make sure that doesn't happen day two.
Yeah, there was something salty about yesterday. I think a lot of yesterday had to do with day two of pushing up against one another. I think it had to do with neither one of the starters on neither team's starters are probably going to play at all in this preseason game. So they knew yesterday was their last day of work.
So you don't think Jordan Love will get out there? After
No,
yesterday's
not this
performance?
week. I don't think so.
So what does that mean for week 3?
I think week 3 is in play. They don't have joint practices week 3. They got 2 joint practices back to back. They got a lot of 1-versus-1 work with very little risk of injury, even though there was some bangs and some bumps yesterday. I think this is a week, and I think this is probably a smart decision. You got 2 good, hardworking days back to back, 1s versus 1s, 2s versus 2s. Let the preseason game give the back end of your roster a chance to make this team or another team. I think this is a good move.
Okay.
But there's also other reasons for the fights too. I think, like I said, I think everybody, especially on the one side, which is where the majority of the fighting was coming, the ones on the offensive side, they knew this was most likely their last day of work. They also know if they fight enough, they could get practice shortened or canceled for the last day of work.
See, that's a good one. I like that.
Billy is not wrong in the sense that a Bill Belichick football team without Tom Brady, they have to win a certain way. They have to be bullies in the schoolyard. They got to muddy the game up. They got to be technically sound on offense, not high flying, technically sound. And they got to have a defense that's going to punk you. And their defense, they punked us yesterday a little bit.
Okay. I love fights in sports that happen where you don't expect them. And I was thinking about some of the most famous unexpected sports fights. The 2 that come to mind are Mitch Blood Green encountering Mike Tyson outside a haberdashery in New York City before one of their fights. And he jumps over a car and dents the hood trying to get at Tyson. It was like this whole thing. You're like, whoa, what's going on here? And the number one sports fight where you didn't expect it was the Mets team photo one year.
Really?
In
I don't
which
remember
they
that.
you never heard that
No,
story?
I never heard this story. What
Was
year?
it 1986 where they
No.
all hopped
Yes.
up on some sort of white stuff?
I thought they
where
liked each other in
They
86.
didn't go to bed the night before and they just said, screw it. Let's bang.
Lenny Dykstra, Armin,
Of course,
was
right.
at the center of it. No shock, right? And so they're lined up for the team photo. Keith Hernandez and Lenny start chirping about something. Next thing you know, there's a fight at the team photo. I'm like, wow.
Was that
Kevin Gilbride and Buddy Ryan
That's the
was a
one.
sports fight when you didn't expect one.
great one? Yeah.
Any others you can think of? The sports fight out of nowhere?
Yeah, the
There
Mouse
was-
and the Pals. I mean, that, come on.
Oh,
no one
yes.
thought that was going
That
on.
was bad. Yeah, that was as bad as
Yeah,
it was
but
been.
that one was just complete mayhem. But to truly have one where you least expect it, how about the locker room at halftime of a football game with teammates?
Mm-hmm.
With teammates.
When was it? What are you referring to specifically?
You guys, I mean, this is what I've witnessed. No, I don't think.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah.
Was there a famous one that you're referencing that I don't know about? Or
Well,
did not think
this
of?
is not public knowledge, but at halftime of a regular season game when we were underachieving and losing, I can remember we had 2 teammates. one was just screaming in the middle of the locker room, we're playing like a bunch of blanks, pick your heads up, stop being a bunch of blanks and blah, blah, blah. And then we got this. And then another guy came up and he was pumping him up. And then next thing they both got so pumped up trying to get everybody else pumped up. The next thing you know, they're chest bumping a little too hard, and then they're pushing, and then they just all out started fighting. And then we had guys fighting each other at halftime in the locker room. We went out the second half and kicked the team's butt and ended up winning the football game.
That happens.
But we were fighting each other at halftime.
See, now maybe if that would,
I think, a lot,
and
right?
it wasn't offense
happens
versus defense.
Yeah.
It was defense versus defense.
Oh, they're
it
a
was
little
the
psycho,
funniest
too.
damn thing I'd ever seen.
Wow.
maybe it would have worked out better. Same deal. I don't know that it's public knowledge. I don't know if there was a report on it, but there were two individuals while I was working for the Bucks that got into it post game in a playoff series. And the best part of it is, as the one walks on through, spiking a water bottle, screaming and hollering, yelling at the other, here comes the vanilla gorilla, Joel Prisbilla, the pride of Wisconsin.
Love that guy.
My boy stands right in the middle at 7'1". Doesn't do a thing. Doesn't
Just
say
stands
anything.
there.
Just stands there. And then 2 minutes after, once they realize that, well, you're not really hearing my point because I'm screaming over this polar bear. Let's just go scrap in the showers. And so more and more of the argument goes on into the showers. Joel goes, all right, takes his shirt off, takes his pants off, goes and calms down. Goes like, fellas, get on out of here. All right, let's clear this out and everybody leave.
So this is
happens
when
a lot.
Billy was a ball boy. So I'm trying to guess who it might have been. Yes, that's either Steven Jackson or
there's a lot
Larry
of good
Sanders.
characters on there.
That was-
there were
your
some
list-
very
your
good
list is
characters for
long.
those Fear the Deer teams
That
into
team-
the B Milwaukee years.
That-
There's some possibilities.
That team had a
list
lot
could
of
be
characters.
long.
Yeah, that team had a lot of characters. Well,
And
Marquette
now that
was
you
it
mention it, Billy, I've also, if you're in locker rooms enough, you do see a butt naked fight every now and then.
All
There's
the time.
absolutely
Two guys-
a
At
butt
least
naked
once
fight.
a
Yep.
year.
Two guys going to the shower,
Yeah.
towels around themselves, all of a sudden start pushing, shoving, towels fall, butt naked wrestling
Yep.
in a locker room with punches being thrown.
At least
And if
once
it's a
year.
lineman, that's a lot of flesh bouncing around. I mean, you're not getting in the way of that one.
And that's the worst part. How do I go and break this up?
It's
You
awkward.
don't.
No, you don't. You just let it
You
go.
don't.
Let it happen.
Just
throw
a bunch of
towels.
skin slapping.
You actually go grab a quick drink and sit there and say, okay, let's see how this one ends.
Would you just get towels and get in there with towels and then break it up? Skin slapping. How'd that go,
Are there
John?
are there rules? Are there etiquette? Is there etiquette to a full on naked locker room fight? Like, okay, look, no junk hitting. All right, we're not savages here. We're
there
gonna
can be
fight
an
it out
errant
like
shot,
that.
man. I mean, because listen, everybody in the locker room is at a different point in their lives, and everybody in the locker room is at a different point in terms of their physicality with that measure, Zabe. So I mean, listen, an errant
Yeah.
shot might end up happening because all of a sudden you're like, whoa,
Sure,
how did
Sure.
that get all the way
There
over there?
was-
Come from?
right. I remember one. Oh, Brian Greasy got a black eye at a cookout at a Bronco cookout that happened and was out for like a week or two, and he claimed it was because he tripped going to the mailbox with his dog. And I'm convinced to this day that somebody said something and he got dotted by a teammate. It never fully came out, but that is, cookouts end up in fights sometimes,
Oh, absolutely.
A few
Yeah.
drinks in
Especially
you.
family reunion cookouts.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
my
Social media's finest.
right, the kid flipping the table with the turkey at Thanksgiving right on to everybody. I still think one of my favorite local ones, and I don't know if there were punches thrown, Armin.
Yeah.
Did Prince swing on Manny Parra?
No, he pushed
in the
him.
dugout?
He pushed him real hard over and over into
He
the
was
bench.
shoving that.
But that
kid.
was on TV. That was our own version of the Billy Barton dugout fight. But there's no video of that fight. I cannot find video. That game's been
What a shame.
scrubbed. You know what people forget
What a
about?
shame.
Now I'm watching
Been
that.
scrubbed.
I was watching that at a.
It's scrubbed.
Well, I don't know if it's
It's been
scrubbed.
redacted.
You can't find it. I was watching that game in a bar.
deleted with some other files, John.
Yeah, no longer in Walker's Point, called the Olive Pit.
with the emails.
Now, let me tell you, the thing people forget about that is they won 7 in a row after that. So there you go.
So,
Hey, so Manny Parra did do something good.
So this team does need to do that then? That's what you're talking about?
No, I don't think they're at that point, but
Okay.
Prince said, Manny, you're watching this. What did he say? Remember that?
Yeah, because Manny Parra gave up like 7 runs in 3 innings or something.
He was going to go in the dugout.
He's like, I'm going to take a shower. He goes,
Sit down.
You made this bleeping mess. You're going to sit here and watch us dig our asses out of this thing. And Manny's like, to hell I am. And Prince goes, okay, all right. This bench right here, that's where you're sitting, and just starts rocking this poor kid on into it.
I'm sure Drew has some stories too about Brewer stuff back in the day, but that was a memorable
Well, the
one.
Brewers just they'll break their hands over each other's heads just unexpectedly at times, and then not be able to pitch in series.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
just what
That's
happens
just
there.
punching walls.
The phone booths
That's-
and the
yeah.
walls.
Yeah.
Butch, any
That
good?
was
I didn't know there was a
wall.
wall behind this flag.
Any good Badgers never fought, right? Always kumbaya. I'm just curious.
You're in enough locker rooms like we've talked about, and they're gonna have some good ones.
Yeah.
That's just the reality of it.
Might fight a plate and then lose.
Yeah, you
When
never
I was
know.
in Pittsburgh, Zabe, we had a backup. We had a backup quarterback, and or
We're in
backup
Pittsburgh?
center. When I was in Pittsburgh, we had a backup center, not backup quarterback. Don't know why I said it. Backup center who came in 2 days before the first game of the season with his eye completely swollen shut, black and blue, and come to find out the rookie dinner that they had for their rookie lineman the night before got a little bit frivolous with the spending, and he ordered an entire cake to go home when the bill, and that didn't sit right with the rookie. So they went outside, went toe to toe, and the rookie won the fight.
Wow.
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 It can get contentious at those rookie dinners.
That was like a $22,000 bill.
Yeah.
You
Well-
order that cake, you throw that cake on the top of that at the end, you're pissed.
Des said no. Remember that? Des Bryant, he said, I'm not paying this. I'm not doing this. I'm not carrying your
Yeah,
headphones.
he wouldn't carry the
Carry-
shoulder pads.
That's what it was. Yeah.
As a rookie. He's like, I'm not playing these reindeer games. Butchie, I got bad news for you. I watched
What's
the
up?
TikTok video your
Yeah.
wife sent you about the
Yeah.
shelving project
Yeah.
that is so popular.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. What
are you gonna be
You
doing?
are signed up for a nightmare, my friend. We're talking like you need 36 pieces that are 10 3/4 of an inch exactly. You need
Yeah.
14 pieces that are 26 inches and 3/8 of an inch.
Yep.
Good luck. And the dingbat on
Happy Friday.
TikTok filmed the shelves vertically, so you have to turn your head to see how it works.
Let's have ourselves a Friday, boys, huh? Yeah.
No chance you get it done. All
Yeah,
right,
no
boys, Chad, you're in.
Boy's not seeing the lake this
9.
weekend. Sorry, buddy.
I'm
No
leaving
lake
right
for
now,
you, my
Billy.
friend.
I'll be up there by 10:30.
9 to noon is next. Billy and Kuhn have you covered with Armin. Thank you to Pipe Bomb for 2 great days. One more day with him in. Josh is probably out of money and out of patience down there in Orlando at the happiest place on earth. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you Monday. Go Pack, go.